online right now. So please, if you have joined the group, just let me know. Just immediately let me know. If you can hear me, also indicate. If you can hear me, indicate. Indicate. All right. All right, so I want to give a brief background of what I'm going to be teaching today when it comes to stock investment. I'll be expecting a lot of my investors who are in my mentorship group to be part of this section of this live. Yes, so first thing first is understanding the entire scope of the financial market. You know, there are many markets. There are many markets in the financial market. You have the stock market, you have the cryptocurrency, you have the ETF, you have government bonds, you have mutual funds, you know. But in all of these, the stock market is the largest of the financial market. Yes, and it comes with a lot of prospect. It comes with a lot of opportunities. So please let me know if you can hear me clearly. Yes, because I'm not using a mic, so I want to be direct. So for those who are joining, I can see Barry Born Bright is there. I can see VC. Yes, I can see you guys. So please, you can also, reply me on the WhatsApp if you are hearing me clearly. If you can hear me and you can see me very clearly, just go to the WhatsApp group, the mentorship group, just drop a comment there. Let me know that you are following. You can also drop a message right here. Just make a comment on the comment section. So as we move forward, don't forget to like this video. You can also share it. Yes, because I want to do today's introductory live is going to be a general one. So a lot of you will have the opportunity to share with your friends, your communities, and all that. However, after today is going to be strictly from my mentees. Yes, those who are investing and those who are actually following. Okay, good. Okay, good. So I think my secretary has also indicated that yes, she can hear me very clearly. So today's live, I'm going to be majoring on the 30-30-40 strategy in buying stocks. You know, because one thing that I've learned in the market is that a lot of people come with this mindset of the forex or the cryptocurrency. The stock market is completely different from that, especially those of us who are in the Africa. If you are in the African continent, there is a lot of limitation when it comes to the daily action that happens in the market. So you just have to play by the rules. So having said that, the market opens on a weekly basis, not 24 hours, in fact 247. No, it's not so. It is weekdays, 5 days in the week, and it also excludes the days of public holidays, when there is any public function in any country, especially that of US, it affects the entire market. So we must put that into perspective. haven't said so. Now, you as a mentee, what you need to learn is how to buy shares. How to buy shares. Of course, you can't be able to learn how to know the completely right stocks to buy, because many of you are not patient the way we are patient. I normally use like 3 months or 5 months or 6 months to monitor a particular stock before I buy them. I think this is shocking to many of you. Before I buy a stock, I can use 6 months to monitor the behavior, the character of that investment, of that particular stock, before I place the button in order to buy it. So why it is so? Because the market has its behavior, the market has its own forces. There are indices, there are factors that control the market. So as somebody who is just stepping into the market, the first thing you should first put into consideration is to use you can call it the 334 method, or the strategy of 30-30-40. What does that mean? Is that if you have $1,000 that you want to use to buy a share, you have $1,000 that you want to buy a particular share, and probably you have followed that particular company for a period of 3 months, understudy how the market operates, how it functions, how it goes. Haven't done so, you want to step into the market. You can't know how the market will be in fact within seconds. So in order to apply this risk management, which of course helps you to buy at the right time and then rebuy at the other right time, before you now watch the stock to be able to progress. So what you do, for instance, you want to buy, let's say I want to buy, let me check my list. For instance, I want to buy Navitas Semiconductors. Let me open Navitas. Or you want to buy Palantir, or you want to buy Nvidia, or you want to buy Netflix. Yes, let me use Netflix. For instance, Netflix did their split. They actually did 10-to-1 split in November 2025, on the 17th of November 2025. And so after the split, the stock price actually dropped down. And many of you will be surprised why it did drop. Netflix is a very progressive company, and it has been doing well before, prior to that split. But after the split, it is always the case. The stock market always comes with its own action. It comes with a lot of things. So, for instance, you want to buy Netflix. Right now, as I'm making this video, because today is Sunday, the market is closed. However, the after hours on Friday, the stock price was $86.07. $86.07. And so, for instance, you want to buy this particular share. How do you buy them? Using the 334 method or strategy to buy them. So what do you do? At this price, the first thing you do is that, is this price below the intrinsic value? It's a question you must ask yourself. Is this particular price at its fair value or not? So how do you do that? Of course, you can use Google, Google Finance to analyze it. You can use Yahoo Finance to analyze it. So if I'm using my Yahoo Finance to analyze it, what do I do? So I'll come here and say, okay, on my Yahoo Finance, I'll first and foremost check the movement of this stock in the last 5 days. In the last 5 days, how has this stock performed? And then, having satisfied with the movement, I can still go back to 1 month or 3 or 6 months to know how has this company performed within this period. It always tells you the movement, because it's a movement. The stock is not a static platform. There is always an active movement. However the movement is, if it is progressive, you know that this company is prepared for good. However, you also check the report, the earning report of that company, to know what is prepared for it in the future. You must consider all these things. But let me just fast forward to the buying method, the buying strategy, where we are going to be using the 30-30-40 strategy to buy the stock. Now, this stock is at $86, 7 cents or thereabout, and yet I want to buy. Having found out that this stock is trading below its intrinsic value, what I need to do is to place a purchase. Don't forget, we have $1,000 I want to use to buy this stock. $1,000. Later in some other of my video, I'm going to explain the the diversification of investment. But let me focus on this particular one first. Now you have $1,000 that you want to use to buy Netflix, and you have 30-30-40, strategy. What it means is that you have to divide, you have to break down this stock, this amount, this $1,000 into 30%, 30%, and 40%. And when you do that, what is it going to give you? It's going to give you $300, $300, and $400. Now, the first purchase you want to do is $300. Would $300 be able to give you 2 units of Netflix? Of course, yes. Can it give you 3? No, it may not give you 3. But then you can place it the way it is and then buy a fraction. You have 2 units. Let me say I want to buy 2 units. And so we go ahead and say, okay. Now you place the first order, which is $300. Whatever fraction it gives you, you allow it. You can allow this within 5 days to watch Netflix. If at the moment the market open, for instance, tomorrow is Monday, and the market will open by 3:30 p.m. By 3:30 p.m. the West African time. Once it opens, there is every possibility that this stock price is going to dip before it moves forward. Within the first 5 minutes of the market or the first 30 minutes of the market, there is always a dip up. So in order to use this 30-30-40 strategy to buy, you watch it. Once you drop, you buy. You place a purchase at that $300, and then watch it. Once it stabilizes, because the market must always stabilize before you begin to focus on when the profit is going to come. So when you place that, you watch this stock price. It may drop beyond the level you bought the first 30%. Once it drops beyond that, it's giving you an opportunity to buy more, because don't forget, this company is already trading below its intrinsic value or below the fair value. Intrinsic value is is where a particular stock price should be at minimum. The minimum price, this is where it's supposed to be. So once you capture the minimum price, which is the fair value, any other dip beyond the fair value is what we call below intrinsic value. So you buy it below it. This method is Warren Buffett method, and we buy this method because it has been proven productive and very profitable for all value investors. You can't be a value investor and not apply the Warren Buffett method of buying stock using this 3-3-40 strategy. So that is why I'm teaching you. You have to put it of any stock you want to buy at all. Apply this strategy. It's going to help you a lot. It has helped me to be able to secure a large profit for my investors that I manage their portfolio, including myself and even my student, because the essence of coming into the stock market is for you to make profit. So if you are not making profit, there is no meaning any longer, and that is why you are here. So if I were you, I will write down this. I will write them down. After writing them down, you can also go ahead and do more due diligence, more research to see how you can use this to buy any share that you want to buy, be that ETF, be that cryptocurrency stock, be that single stock, any stock at all you want to buy. You can apply this strategy, and it's very, very profitable for those who have the future, who have the plan to remain in the market and make more profit. Having said that, now, once you are able to place that, then you can watch this investment within 5 days or 3 days or sometimes 2 days, sometimes 2 days. If it drop below that level, go in again and place the second 30%. What you are trying to do is to secure this particular company at a valuable price so that you don't pay premium and begin to watch for years for profit to come. Most of the things I do is at the moment I enter the market is, in fact, I attract profit because I know how to place my trades. I know how to place my buys. Do you understand that? These are important for you as a value investor. Now, having said so, there are sometimes you place this order and it doesn't go through the way you put it. Maybe you placed the order to be at, let's say, at $85, at $85.72 or $80 or whatever or the case may be. And then the market opens. Instead of going deep, it now moves up. What do you do? How do you readjust? Of course, for those in Africa, because I'm making reference to that, for those in Africa, you can only set your purchase on daily basis. It's not something you can set and leave it whenever it drops for you to pick. But those in Europe, those in America who uses that Robinhood, Webull, Momo, any of all these platforms, whether Trading 212 or Revolut that you use in trading, you can set your purchase and it will stay for days. You see the opportunities. So for those of you who are in America, who are abroad, who are in the Western world, you have the opportunity to apply this. It works for you. You can set your purchase in Robinhood, and then 1 month after it will trigger. Unlike the platforms we use, I majorly use Trove. I use Trove Finance here in Nigeria to trade. Of course, I have Optimus, I have Bamboo, but I majorly use Trove to trade. And Trove allows you to set your purchase, your order on daily basis within the market period. Once the market closes by 10 p.m. in the night, your purchase order will expire. So the next day you have to reset it again. Do you understand? So that you don't apply all these strategies. In case it doesn't work, you begin to fidget. No, you don't need to fidget. You still need to try it one more time. You get it now? So that is what you do. So in case when you place your order and the stock price begin to go up, is that a red flag? Of course, it's not a red flag. It is not a red flag at all. As long as you are buying a valuable company, well structured, a company with a high moat, you don't need to fidget. You can buy it at that price. You can buy it because that particular price it was is already below the intrinsic value. You don't need to wait again for it to go deep before you enter, because your waiting may disappoint you. While you are waiting, the stock may just boom. Like now, Netflix for the past 2 months has been on the dip. It has been going down since after the split. Even when they reported a very high revenue, they reported a very high revenue. The company is well structured. Everything has been so awesome. Yet there has been a dip. Do you know why? Let me give you a little secret. Currently Netflix is trying to buy Warner Bros. And it has been struggling on that purchase with Paramount. But then Netflix is at the upper hand, which they are going to buy in cash. Over $80 billion they are going to use to purchase this platform that has lasted over 100 years. So all this period that are trying to buy another company to join their streaming company to make it larger, it always dwindles the the stock price. So because of all this, there is always a dip, and it gives you, who is a value investor, the opportunity to step in. You get it now. So don't always feel bad when you feel that maybe when you see that the stock price is not really what you think it's going to be. So these are things that you must put into perspective. Having said that, how do you apply the 40%? How do you apply the 40%? I do two things when it comes to the 40%. I can apply the 40% when the stock is already in profit. I just use that to grab a profit, to grab a chunk. Once the market is already stabilized and it's already in profit, I can use that to buy and grab a profit. That is one. Or I use that 40% to buy the company's ETF. And I give you some example. Tesla has its ETF. Nvidia has ETF. Even some of these cryptocurrencies, they have their own ETF. ETF are exchange traded funds. They are pool of companies put into one. And of course, ETF has a very low volatility. Because as a beginner, you use all these platforms, this ETF, to be able to safeguard your investment because of risk, and it's part of risk management. I've mentioned a lot of stocks. I've listed a lot of stocks that are in cryptocurrency. If you can't buy Ethereum or Bitcoin, you just buy this ETF because they are safer, they are more stabilized, and they have a very low risk. That is why we buy those ones instead of buying the main cryptocurrency that has a very high volatility. Do you understand all this? So these are very important for any investor to always understand how to use this 334 strategy. You can just raise up your hand, you ask your question. As I'm here, I'm going to be attending to them. Let it be an interactive session, because at the end of this program is for you to be able to look back when the year has run out to like 6 months, 8 months, 1 year. You can now look back and say, okay, what did you actually did in January 2026? How has it been? It's about profit, and that is why we are here. So there's going to be a lot that I'm going to be unpacking in the group. So make sure you are part of it. Make sure you follow it. It is also important that there are some stock that you buy after 3 months or 6 months. You can sell them because they have served their purpose, and then you move forward. There are also stocks that you can leave for the next 3 years. I have a lot of stocks that I've left for over 2 years. They are just there. One of them is Palantir. I bought Palantir, that was 2024. 2024 at the price of $19. Right now, Palantir is over $160 something. I'm not going to sell. In fact, I've taken my main profit, which I've covered the capital, and I'm still leaving it there to continue to grow. So these are things you must also apply. Then in our subsequent videos, in our subsequent classes, where I'm going to be analyzing the chart, you need to also know how to read the chart, because it's by reading the chart that you know at what price point that you can enter the market. You understand why you use this 30-30-40 strategy to buy. You also need to know the particular point when the stock price drops in order for you to step into the market. Having said so, I want to leave you guys to prepare yourself. Tomorrow is Monday. Make sure your portfolio is already funded. If it has been funded, make sure you are in the market. Once the market opens, I'm going to list some few stocks. Of course, I've listed some stocks for the year. Some stocks for the year. However, every week I also list new stocks, but there are stocks for the year. Some of those stocks for the year, you have APLD. APLD. Be writing it down. APLD is one of the stocks for the year. You have SoFi. SoFi is fintech. You know, APLD is energy production center that helps to build data centers with energy and then lease it to these big companies. You know, in fact, last year it partnered with NVIDIA in order to supply them with some of their services. So that is what APLD does. So, and it's going to be benefiting a lot within this year, this 2026, as AI is booming. So these are things that you must put into consideration. Yes, APLD, yes, you VC, yes, that is exactly what it is. SoFi, SOFI, SoFi. SoFi is fintech. Yes, exactly. SoFi is fintech. Most of all these big banks that you are seeing today, be that Morgan Chase, any of all these big banks that you are seeing in the world, in US especially, many of them are going to depend on SoFi. They are going to depend on SoFi. SoFi is trading below $30 today, but it's a $50 stock. It is a $50 stock. So at the price it is now, it is already at the lowest. That is what we call below the intrinsic value. And this stock is growing to meet $100. So for the now, you get it before it touches $50. So that is one. Another stock that you must put in your radar is I have TeraWulf. TeraWulf. So the symbol is wolf. WULF. TeraWulf is wolf. So you put it down on your radar. It's already trading below the intrinsic value, and these are stocks that are going to boom so well. Another one that you must add to your radar is IREN. 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 IREN is another amazing company that you will use to build wealth for the long term, whether 2 years or 4 years. I always recommend this stock that I'm listing for you. Anybody that is a civil servant or you have just retired, it is important for you. Don't miss it. Do not miss it, because it's going to help you on the long run. So, and then I have BMNR. BMNR, because whatever we are doing, we must also consider how to take some opportunities from the cryptocurrency. This is Ethereum ETF, BMNR. BMNR. It is important you add all these stocks to your radar. Within the week, I'm also going, because I'm already studying some stocks, that by tomorrow I'm going to list most of these stocks. Exactly, yes. VC, yes. IREN, yes. So I think I've listed 4. Is it 4 or 5 that I've listed? I think I've listed 4 or 5. So these are stocks you must add to your radar. If you need a stock within the real estate, you add Open Door Technologies. Open Door Technology. The symbol is open. 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 Add it. This is the stock that is still below $6. These are very cheap stocks. And imagine if this stock, you buy it at $6, and within 1 year the stock grows to become $10. You would have made a lot of profit. You would have made a lot of profit. So those are the things that you must add to your yes, BMNR. Yes. So those are stocks that you should add to your radar. And don't forget to like this video. I will give everybody the opportunity. You can share the video. You can share it with anyone that it may be helpful to. You can share it on your groups. You can share it on your platforms. Yes. So we'll just use this one to allow a lot of persons to see what they can benefit if they are in the mentorship group. But in subsequent videos, it's going to be strictly on these members who are here. So if you have a question, please go ahead before we call it a day. All right, because of YouTube policy, so we're going to end it here. So any other question you will have to ask, go to the mentorship group on WhatsApp, ask your question there. I will attend to every one of you right there. So on this note, I will say good night and bye-bye for now.